What's up, everybody? It's Keefe from Ghost Cult Magazine, ghostcultmag.com, and I'm here with the legends, Ross the Boss and Mark from the Ross the Boss Band. How are you guys doing?
What's up? Ready to go.
Up higher
What's
on that
up?
microphone. The singer and the microphone placement. I would expect that from guitar players as the Brooklyn Sirens ring out behind us. Perfect. We're here once again at the Kingsland Bar and Grill. Shout out to Kingsland. Thanks for having us. Welcome on the incredible 2020 Ross the Boss World Tour.
Yes.
And we're here to talk about the brand new album, which I am so pumped to talk about because I've been jamming it out all weekend, which is Born of Fire on AFM Records, coming out March 6th.
Yes, we worked incredibly hard on this record, and we are very, very happy with it.
Yeah, it's cool. Oh, it's cool. Ever the humble Mark Lopes. Guys, this record's incredible. And I mean, like, there's so many things to unpack about it, but I really love it's really probably my favorite Ross the Boss release ever. And it's also the most, in my opinion, the most diverse sounding Ross the Boss record in terms of songwriting.
That was
So
the whole idea.
That's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to start right there because, like, I know, look, obviously, there's very few people who cut across heavy metal and rock and thrash and even punk among fans like Ross does, right? So right off the bat, but the ability to kind of like transcend all those things in songwriting on one record is very unique. So I think that's like kind of the thing I wanted to just pick your brains about right off this, right off the bat.
Okay. Want me to start? Or you want to start?
The thing that you have to with this record is that the whole band contributed to this record. It's not just me because I didn't honestly after two excuse me, not even 2 years after By Bloodsworn, I didn't have enough songs. I didn't have, and I needed my band to come with some real great songs, and they did.
Yeah, when it came to, the was like, oh, we have to have a new record.
Oh my God.
And he was like, and I'm like, hey, let us help you. I said, I'm always writing. I would work with my writing partner from Let Us Pray, and we're always putting stuff together. And I said, hey, let's try some stuff out. And I said, at the end of the day, always remember, it's always going to sound like Ross when he plays it. And that was the whole thing to kind of push home, because we did approach it a little bit different when we presented him stuff, and, of course, like anything that's a little different, it was like a little resistant at first, and then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, this works. This is really cool, and,
I picked the songs because I felt that I could play them on stage. That was my basis of, I could see myself playing that lick. I can see myself doing that. Mike brought in songs, blah, 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 Fight the Fight, Glory of the Slain. Mark, 4 songs. I mean, amazing, Denied by the Cross, Glory, Born of Fire, of course, the title track, Blackest Heart, a Shotgun Evolution, and Stu Marshall from Death Dealer. My buddy gave us a song called Maidens of Shadows, and this took a group effort because with the song, riffs are not flying out of my brain at this moment, at this time in my life. I have a few, but not 2 years after the previous record. But this was one of the most satisfying records to do in recent history. I mean, tremendous. I could listen to this record all the time, and I am so delighted with it. I can't tell you.
I also want to add, I think the thing that really was super key to this was the mixing process of it.
Oh, yeah.
And we grabbed Seb Leverman from Ordinal Gain. I think I say that right. I always get that
I don't know how to produce
How do you say that?
Beats me.
I don't know. Seb will have to tell us when we see him.
Sorry,
But-
Seb. We'll tag you on this, though.
But that was like, we wanted it to have that, I'll be honest, we wanted it to have that firepower thing, classic, modern, that seems to be it seemed to be the right way to go. And that's what I feel like we achieved that.
Right on. And let's give a shout out to, obviously Mike and Steve are not here, but they
Yes.
are masters of what they do. And I'm
Yes.
sure, whatever Mike is genius, Steve is excellent and a genius also. So like whatever they contributed, I'm sure it was
Honestly,
weighty.
it was the first time our tour drummer actually played on the record.
Right.
So Steve came in and just killed it. I mean, it was just amazing.
Yeah, thank God for Pro Tools, man.
we made him sound good.
goodness.
Easy drummer.
Actually,
Nah, I'm just kidding.
and of course, Mike LePond took all my songs, and we added parts and arranged things, and everything that he did. I just can't give him enough credit for his talent and just arrangement, abilities, and
Yeah. Yeah, I got to write 2 songs with him myself, which was totally awesome. And I was like, this is cool, man. I mean, I'm a fan of his work too, so.
That's the first time, and we've been on the road for 2 years together, and we've been through the minefields and the whole thing in rock and roll and metal, and we're a tested band. We're a live band. We've never failed, and like Sweden Rock Magazine told me, you guys are festival killers.
Yeah.
You're festival killers. What's that mean? He goes, you put your on and you're gonna steal the show. And
sometimes.
Yeah. But there's gonna be a big announcement from Sweden Rock soon. So.
Nice, dude.
Just one more thing I wanted to say, because he was talking about live. That was the number one thing vocally that I wanted to achieve on this record. I always was, every time I went to go write anything, I was like, I want to see a festival crowd cheering it at the same time, because I was like, that's kind of what, his background from the old Manowar days and a lot of the stuff that's going on in this kind of music. It's all about that,
Anthem.
It's that anthem thing. And I was like, I never really wrote in that style, so it was new for me. And that was exciting. That was exciting part. Yeah, that was the exciting part for me. So.
Every single song, I said, don't stop, don't stop. Every single song has to have a hook on it, and Mark did it. And
Nice.
It's a testament to his talent and greatness.
The record is a clinic of these things. I have to give Mark an extra shout out here before I bring up anything else. There's a scream before the guitar solo in "I Am the Sword." That is the best scream, one of the best screams I have ever heard. No bullshit, in my whole life.
With
It is-
yeah.
Yes, but dude, okay, so I have a background in singing, nowhere near as good as this guy, and that's really hard to do. Voice control at a high range is very hard. A lot of people yelp up to a note, and they don't really sing fully to a note. They scream to reach it, or they, like I said, they yelp all the high voice. Mark, man, is all balls and diaphragm, dude, like a real singer. Like every real singer has to be, like
Thank
the
you.
greats. And so that's my favorite song on the record. And that scream was just right before that killer solo. I was like, oh.
Shit, I forgot about that.
Heavy
Now I have
metal
to do
heaven,
that.
dudes.
We got to do that every night in Europe. Damn it.
People are gonna want it. But yeah, you guys killed it over in the festivals. We watched a lot of the live streams. We had people at Bloodstock, people that could not shut up about Bloodstock with you guys. Obviously, with KK, which had to be very special. But I, as Ross alluded to, I'm sure that all this road work, coalescing as a full band now, probably made it easier for you to sort of
really
let
did. No,
everybody
it
contribute.
brought us together because there was no trepidation about each other. We know our weak points and we know our strong points, each one of us, and we're together. We're a band on stage, and we have never failed. And it's a great thing to know that we're going on stage, and just no problem. There's just never a problem.
Yeah, it's cool. Every time I'm in a panic, I just look at Mike and go, "Where am I?"
And Mike is like,
he knows. He'll know.
LePond is like John Entwistle. Like the rest of the band could be like the place is breaking up. The equipment is getting smashed in. Keith Moon is going, and LePond is just.
Yeah. He's his own special little animal,
And
man.
He is as great as John Entwistle ever was. And Geezer Butler, Jack Bruce.
No arguments there for me. Also a bass guy. So I also said that Mike has some of the best ears of anybody in all of heavy music. Like his ear for things, whether it's playing on stage, writing, improvising, recording, producing. The guy is nuts. I have to grab him at some point and interview him someday. But yeah, man, this record's killer, top to bottom. I feel like you could play every song on it live. Even the little sort of moody ballad would break up the set very nicely.
What is that?
Yeah, it's like not quite a ballad, but it's
Which
got like
one?
a chill
Black is
intro.
Hard.
Black is Hard.
And then the ending track also has kind of like a very chill.
Oh, the Wake in
Build
the
up.
Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
that's got the Sabbath, the Sabbath
yes,
boogie. Yeah.
I think all those songs could be played live, and I would love to hear them. And then again, just this is what a great time for Ross the Boss and the Ross the Boss band, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do at least five of the songs for the European tour. it's the first time we're gonna play that many of our own things this time, and we're just gonna jam it down their throats, and that's just how it is because we're that much behind what we're doing now and confident.
Yeah.
We're like, look, this can stand up against whatever whatever you want to throw at us. So that's how we feel about it.
Word. And I think also it's very interesting that the material on both these records have been so strong that obviously anybody with a name, any legendary person, the fans want to see the some of the older hits. Of course, you have obviously your name is written in the history of the game here, but I think it's excellent that you have these two records that you could confidently go out and do anything from, and people are not going to leave bummed out that you didn't play like 10 Man of War
Right.
songs and a
Right.
Dictator
No,
song.
no,
Like,
no. Listen, I've had 38 records or something like that. It's like ridiculous. Or I don't even know with these two coming out and the new Death Dealer. But I don't even. I think that the RTP songs are this record is the best. I got to tell you something. I'm going to focus on by Blood, not Born of Fire, because it's just so. I don't know. I think this record is could be an iconic record. I mean, I'm not going to say it, but
I'll say it. I think so.
I think this one is. It's got the earmarks of like a really great. The 12 songs in and out. A masterpiece record.
Nice.
You know,
I mean,
I'm not a man of wild boasting because I don't have to boast about my own shit, and I never do. But honestly, I would say it's this one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy the way it came out with. I think the one thing when I approached him about doing this, when we were going into doing this, I was like, I had like these stipulations, so to say. I was like, one, let's not make it sound like anything to do with Man of War. No disrespect, because I'm the biggest fan as anybody. Because it's already been done.
Correct.
Two, it had to be heavier than anything we did, and no ballads.
Well, I can agree with that. That was great.
And and the other thing was to have a really up to date, production on it, and keep it just in your face. If we were gonna, I told him, what do we have to lose at this point? I said, why you've already done what you've done, and let's do something new. Let's try something else. Let's try it out. I mean, I always said if it fails, you can blame me. I don't care.
At the same point, I don't think this is such an amazing diversion.
No, but to some of your fans, they're freaking out. You need to calm the fuck down.
Well, yes, that's true. It's never going to be Man of War 2. I mean, we're never going to be that band.
Why?
Because when we try to do it, I get like, what the fuck? I mean,
You tried that once.
you can't please everybody. So in what we're gonna do now is we've pleased ourselves, and I think it's gonna be much better. I think this record, but we do have epic tracks like "Made in the Shadows,"
That's epic.
that's coming,
That's-
and "God Killer," and Demon Holiday.
Yeah.
We have so much firepower on this record. We're just talking about a second single, and I say "Fight the Fight."
Right.
That's a
yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
LePon's "Fight the Fight," and I
Yeah.
think that I could see that song just being just
That's my hate breed.
driving fucking. I could see that song.
Sorry, Jamie.
I told Wayne that. I said, Wayne, I ripped you guys off. He goes, you did? I said, yeah. I said, you'll hear it.
No, seriously.
And I admit
The
it.
very fact that I said hooks and hits on every song, that means we have a lot of firepower to go on this record. So-
No pun intended there.
No,
But yeah,
that's
awesome.
true.
But hey, I got jokes. Not as many as last time, but in this place. But yeah, man, just really so proud of you guys and psyched
Thank you.
about this moment for you. And obviously Ross, 38 records, like the Tony Bennett of heavy metal, man. 38 records, Jesus. You've produced a lot of your own stuff, especially in this part of your career. Anything different this time around in terms of production? Because it's also a great, it's not just well written. It's a
No,
great
I
sounding
think that everything was done in the studio with CJ Socha, all the basic tracks, and then we sent everything off to Sieb to mix. And I think the final verdict was Sieb doing the mixes.
Yeah, that was
You know,
what it
the
was.
Mark-
I recorded all my own vocals.
Everyone did their own
keyboards.
thing.
Yeah, everybody did their own thing.
Everyone was happy with what they did when we sent it off, and that's what it was.
Yeah. So I mean, and what was good about that was that we didn't have. Not that there's anything wrong about it, but I think at this point we really kind of knew what we wanted, and it was just like, all right, this is it. Send it off. You know, it wasn't kind of like getting a third person's point of view. Kind of like, you know, what does it sound like? I'm like, I have to wait till you're here.
How many corrections did we even do?
Oh, with the mix?
Yeah.
One. We had one revision on the mix. That's how,
Steve was
that's
like,
how good he was.
He could believe it.
Yeah, I was like,
He just couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I get the.
No comments, no.
Yeah, I'm like, I had like one thing I wanted him to do, and he said, "Oh, if it take 5 minutes," and I'm like, "Well, then you're done."
I said one thing. I said, make these background vocals a little louder.
Yeah, right.
And that's what he did.
Yeah, it was like little
It
stuff.
was minor.
Yeah,
It was
minor.
Every singer loves to hear that, by the way.
Yeah.
That's their favorite critique. Please make the backup vocals louder on this. No, that's awesome, guys.
Especially when it's just me doing it.
Yeah. No gang vocals here. But yeah, man, awesome. I know you guys have the European tour starting in April, and you slyly dropped maybe some festival news. But anything else you can chat about yet, or I just expect you guys to be on the road for another year or two?
Yeah, well, a lot depends on this record, you know, because we've done so much already. You know, it's the momentum of the record that'll keep us, you know, out there. So buy it. You know, so that's really what it comes down to. I mean, you know, it's being on the road is what it's really all about at this point.
I think Born of Fire is going to sling us up to the next level of touring. I kind of get that.
Or keep us home.
Or keep us, or say, or go fuck you. You know, but I do think that this is going to sling us up to the next level.
We'll see.
We'll soon see.
Awesome,
2 weeks to go to the
2
release.
weeks to go. Born of Fire coming out March 6th on AFM, the All for Metal record label, the best label name of any label.
And let me put
That's what it means?
Yeah, it's in their logo.
Sorry,
let me put a
guys.
shout out to AFM. Let me do it. This is my fourth record with AFM. I've been with them since 2008, and they've been nothing short but outstanding and great to me and to the band. And thank you very much, guys. Thanks to Nils and Sydney.
I love you guys, but I still don't think you understand me yet.
Well, we're gonna work on that relationship. a little
Man, I know you a long time. I don't know who understands you, man.
I'm just kidding.
That's about it.
Thank you, man.
Pizza makers understand Mark, and vocal mic companies. Anyway, if you enjoy interviews like this with Ross the Boss and Mark, please like and subscribe on our channel. I am Tifi from Ghost Cult Magazine. Ross the Boss, we're out.